Okay, so there is a research study. I should repeat this. Where was the study published? It's in this paragraph. Can you tell me where it was published? One of you. For example, Söda. Where was it published? It was published in a journal, right?
Yes.
What's the name of the journal?
Yes.
What's the name of the journal?
I forgot.
Right? Science. Science is the name of the journal. This is the name. Yeah. Okay. Where were the researchers from? Where were the researchers from? Maybe Fatma?
Sweden, Norway, and Germany.
Okay, Sweden, Norway, and Germany. So researchers are, this was actually a multinational team, right? The research was carried out by a team, and the team was a multinational one. Yeah, okay. What was the most important result of the study? The authors say something about pollution, plastic pollution. So it says here, according to the authors, plastic pollution is a global threat. This is an important result, right? Is that right? Yes, yes. So what do the authors think about actions to reduce this pollution? What do they think about it? Here, look at the last sentence after end, actually. Look at the last color. Actions to drastically reduce emissions of plastic to the environment are the rational policy response. Rational, logical, right? Sensible, feasible policy response. Okay, good. So let's take a look at the second paragraph. So this paragraph is about what? What is it about? Can you tell me?
Humans are harming the environment more and more day by day, and they are not aware of it.
Yes, can we say this paragraph is about the scope of the threat?
Yes.
The scope. To what extent it's a threat, actually, and where can we find these plastic components or elements? Can we tell me? Can you tell me? Where can we find all those plastics, pieces of plastic? Look at the first line and try to express it using your own words. We can find plastic in a variety of places, in a number of places like deserts, mountaintops. So can we say plastic, pieces of plastic are everywhere? Yes? Everywhere, yes. Actually. Plastic is now found everywhere on the planet. It's a great problem, actually. It's a large-scale problem. How about the amount of plastic that is emitted? Emit means actually to spread, okay? Emit. Emission is the noun form, emission. Global emission, annual global emission, yearly global emission. What is yearly global plastic emission? How much is it? Yes, look at the third line. Look at here.
9'dan 23 hocam.
So it ranged from 9 to 23 million metric tons. Okay? Tons. Okay. Yeah, that's a great number, right? Okay. How about estimates, future estimates, prospective amounts of plastic that will be emitted? How about it? Take a look at the last line.
It will be
In the future, by 2025.
it will be double by
it will double.
2025.
Friends, it will double.
Yes, it will.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, okay. Could you please take a look at this paragraph now? Plastic is deeply ingrained in our society and it leaks out into the environment everywhere, even in countries with good waste handling infrastructure. Okay, so who is Matthew MacLeod? Who is he?
Hocam
Stockholm
İsveç
Üniversitesi.
Üniversitesi'nde profesörmüş.
There was a problem with connection. Now can you see and hear me, friends?
Yes.
Ekran gitti hocam
See
şey.
and hear?
Yes, no.
Parça gitti
Yeah,
ama
I'm gonna...
geliyor şimdi.
Yes, there you have it, right? So who is MacLeod, Mr. MacLeod?
He's professor at Stockholm University
Yes.
and lead author of the study.
Yeah, he's the major author, okay? The first author of the study. Okay. Can we say he's the leader of the research team? Can we say he's the
Yes,
leader of the research team?
Yeah, we can say that.
Okay, okay. So what does he say basically? What does he say basically? Fatma, maybe you could respond to this question, answer this question. Can you please answer this question? Or maybe Aileen? What does he say?
He says that
It's not stable. I'm trying to solve the problem. I suppose I accidentally connected to Edron, but now I use the cable. By the way, there is someone over here. Let me mute it. Yes. So now, sorry for the interruption. My internet connection is okay now, I suppose. You can hear me and see me well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so take a look at the first quoted sentence. There is a quoted sentence. It says, plastic is deeply ingrained in our society. It leaks out into the environment everywhere, even in countries with good waste handling infrastructure. What does this mean to you? Can you just rephrase it, retell it in your own words by using very simple sentences, very simple vocabulary? Yes, please. Plastic is deeply ingrained in our society. What can we say about this?
we are using plastics in almost every step in our life.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a part of our society, right?
Yes, that's true.
okay? And it leaks out into the environment. So it's emitted all the time. People dispose of plastic and it's everywhere, okay? This is what MacLeod says, actually, Mr. MacLeod. So he also says, look at this. He says that emissions are trending upward. Even though awareness about plastic pollution among scientists and the public has increased significantly in recent years. So how about awareness? Is it in an upward trend or downward trend? Awareness.
Upward track, teacher.
Yeah, people are aware of the problem. Can we say this?
Yes, we can.
Okay, that's okay. Now take a look at this paragraph. That discrepancy is not surprising to the first time I read it as Mina Tekman. No, Mina Tekman, but it's Mine Tekman, right? Turkish. Yeah, that's a PhD candidate at this institute. So what do you understand from this paragraph, friends? What is discrepancy?
Incoherent.
What did you say, Bilal?
Incoherent.
Incoherence, you say.
Incoherent, tutarsız.
Okay, incoherence or inconsistency between two things, difference between two things, right? Okay, so who is Mine in this context? Who is she?
She is co-author of the study.
Yeah, that's right. She's one of the members of the research team. And he's a student. She's a student, right? Okay. What does she think about this threat, this problem? She says something about it actually, something important, like it's an environmental problem. At the same time, it's a blah, blah problem.
She's saying that biri söyleyecekti galiba. She's saying that plastic pollution is not just an environmental issue, but also a political and economic one. So
it means this problem has both political and economic dimensions, right?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. How about her opinion on cleanup technologies that help people get rid of this problem? What does she think about those technologies?
I think what I get, what she said or written, people are becoming more aware about the negative effects of plastic. But we still need to work on making an impact over people about how to protect climate and our world. Recycling and cleanup technologies might help reducing plastic waste, but this can't be seen effective in the long run. And encouraging people in this aspect is never an easy task, and we can motivate people, but just within few days, they might be back on the same track. In this aspect, we need to find more profound solutions.
So it says here, we must tackle the problem at its root.
Yeah.
This is what you say, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So this problem is a wide-ranging one. It has a global scale, and it has political and economic dimensions besides its important environmental effects or impacts. Okay, let's take a look at this paragraph. Now, what I want you to do is this. Take a look at the paragraph, read it twice, and try to explain it in your own sentences, okay? Just try to explain it in your own sentences. Read it twice, please, in 2 minutes. It's a little bit longer.
Actually, this passage say that the technology is not sufficient this problem solve this plastic pollution.
Yes, that's right. So technology is not enough. It's insufficient to solve this problem.
Yes, not enough. Yes.
How about other dimensions of this problem? It's actually explained in this particular paragraph here. Now, maybe you could tell me about that if you have read it. Anyone who could tell me just in their own words? Read it.
It seems like mostly developed countries export their plastic waste to developing countries rather than cycle by themselves.
Why do you think they are doing this?
Because I think the cost is an important factor here. Last week we talked about how it can be cheaper in other countries, especially in developing countries, to start up a business. So I think
to tell you the truth, frankly, they don't want to dirty their country.
Yeah, that's true, but we have this mentality. We think like our country is separated from the rest of the world, but
it's
actually, yeah, actually we are connected and face the same risk.
We are on the same ship, they say, right?
Yeah, that's true. There is no border in in this context.
That's right. I agree with you. Okay. How about the recycling of plastic? Is it possible? Is it fully possible, or is it something difficult? Or
I think it's not fully possible. It is very hard for nature to break plastic down into smaller granules that accumulate toxins and great amounts of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere. And in the end, these toxic chemicals are absorbed by foods, even through our skins. So it's very hard.
That's right. Okay. That's right. The chemicals apparent in plastic is not easy to dissolve, okay? It takes years. They say, depending on the type of plastic, it might take up to 1,000 years for it to, become a part of soil, okay? But what we are talking about here is not the natural disappearance of plastic. We are talking about recycling. What do you understand from recycling, Yusuf? Can you tell us, if possible? What is recycling in a few words?
Maybe the plastic and the something that is reused, and the recycling is the reproduce.
Yes, that's right. Reproducing something, right?
Yes.
Using waste materials to produce new objects, new commodities, new goods. That's good. Thank you for that definition. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now take a look at this one. Reducing emissions requires drastic actions like capping the production of virgin plastic to increase the value of recycled plastic. So not every plastic, not every recycled plastic might be that valuable. So it has certain quality, okay? The quality of the recycled plastic, can change. That's right. How about banning export of plastic waste? Do you support this?
Yes, I support. As far as I know, some countries is exporting their plastic waste to Turkey.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Also, during a recycling, we use oil, for example, or other forms of energy, which could be harmful for the environment as well. Okay. Okay. So now I want you to take a look at only this and tell me a sentence that summarizes this. Bilal, can you tell me what you understand from this?
I can. This express it we drink. If we consume plastic and consume not sufficient plastic, it watering in the environment.
Okay, Sultan, can you tell us something about this? Thank you, Bilal.
Hocam sanki İngilizce bu metinde gitgide ilerledi. Anladığım çok az kelime var. Sadece plastikten konuştuğumuzu biliyorum. 3-4 kere okudum, 2 defa ses kaydı dinledim ama öyle, çok az anladım yani.
Yani no problem. Okay. Okay.
Teşekkür ederim.
Maybe you could consider changing your class, right?
Ben başlangıç, orta, ileri seviye hepsinde varım hocam.
That's good. You are a good student.
Ama takip ediyorum yani, çalışıyorum da.
Okay.
Tabii kapasitem yeterli değil.
You can be here. I don't want to say go to the other class. No, I don't say that. But just a recommendation. If you want to be here, that's good for us. You are welcome. No problem.
Thank you.
So do you want me to ask you questions, such questions? No, I suppose.
Ben mi?
Shall I ask you questions like this?
Anladığım bir şey olursa söylerim ama bu metin çok zormuş gerçekten. Yani bir önceki metinler gibi değil.
I see. Okay. Okay.
Teşekkür ederim.
No problem. What is weathering here? What do you understand from weathering? And degradation.
Bu ayrışma demektir herhalde. Parçalarına ayırma, bölme gibi bir şeydir sanırım.
Degradation means the plastic that we are talking about is actually it actually disappears in the nature. Okay.
Disgrace, maybe disgrace.
It's a process. Okay, it's a process.
It is a natural process.
Natural process. Okay. And what does the paragraph say about this weathering process? Is it something easily understandable?
No, it is not. Hence, Peter
It's not.
told us that this is a long way in understanding them because we don't know how to do weather of plastic and how to reduce. Because of that, we don't know, and there are lots of questions to ask, and it's like that.
So, well, why does ARP, Mr. ARP or Mrs. ARP, I don't know, think plastic is a poorly reversible pollutant. What does that mean first? Poorly reversible pollutant. What does that mean? What do you understand from this? Poorly reversible pollutant. Yes? It is difficult to recycle or reverse.
Yes, recycle, we can say
plastic,
that too.
This pollutant. It means it is difficult to get rid of this pollutant, either by recycling or through natural processes. Okay? How about remote environments? What is meant by remote environments in this context? What is a remote environment?
Far city.
Pardon me?
Remote, uzak çevreler.
Ha, okay. Okay, so it's faraway places, but where, for example? Can you give an example of remote environments? Can any one of you give an example of a remote environment?
Can we say Amazons?
Sure, Aylin. Yes, Aylin?
I said Amazons.
Okay. Actually, remote environments here refers to, this phrase refers to places like the Arctic, okay, the polar regions, which are remote environments. They are remote, they are far away, they are, let me say, far from people's impact, but still there is plastic in those areas. This is what is meant by remote environments, okay? Are particularly under threat. Okay, what happens in these places? Read this part, please. We have little time and little place to cover. How do you pronounce this? Can anyone pronounce this?
Debris.
Yeah, that's right, Aylin. Debris, okay. In remote environments, plastic debris, the plastic that is disposed of, okay, cannot be removed by cleanups, and weathering of large plastic items will inevitably result in the generation of large number of micro and nanoplastic particles. What is nanoplastic particle? Any of you has an idea? Fatih is here, but he's late. Nanoparticles. Nanometer. Do you know nanometer? What nanometer is? Nanometre. Just 1/1000th of a millimeter. Milimetrenin milyarda birine nanometre deniyor. Okay? I mean, it's something very small. It is sometimes difficult to detect it. It's smaller than, and actually it's smaller than most particles, okay? Smaller particles like atoms, okay? Atoms. Yes.
I think we can say it's a thing undetectable by the human eye.
It's undetectable through microscopes, actually. You should have very advanced microscopes, okay, to detect it. You know, it's smaller than a DNA molecule, okay? Much smaller. I suppose, if I'm not mistaken, if you bring together more than 10 DNA molecules, then you will, if you bring together more than 10 nanoparticles, you will make a molecule. That's it. That's why it's very small. It's considered very small, and it's considered nano. Okay. So, okay. Where it accumulates and what effects it may cause are challenging or maybe impossible to predict. These nanoparticles accumulate in certain places, okay? And it is difficult, right? This refers to this particular idea. Irreversible environmental damage. Now read this and tell me the summary, please. Sorry for the interruption. I have to click on the save button. Yes. I just went through the paragraph. Now, can you tell me?
Plastic pollution can cause lots of problems to animals and the environment and the remote areas that we don't know. Actually, and this is too problem to animal and the environment.
It has far-ranging, wide-ranging consequences, negative consequences.
Yes.
Do you think there is a positive impact, effect mentioned here?
Actually, I don't know.
Okay, no positive impacts actually.
Yes.
All of them are negative. Can you tell me a few examples? Maybe Fatma? Just let me give you an example. Worsening of climate change. Exacerbation, that's called aggravation or becoming worse, deterioration, okay? Climate change becomes worse due to this. What else? Any other examples?
Habitat loss.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And then?
Biodiversity loss.
Okay. How about things about chemicals? An impact about chemicals. Can we say exposure to more chemicals?
Ah, that's true.
Yeah, that could upset human life. Okay, upset. Give harm. Upset means to give harm. It could give harm to human health because animals and humans are being exposed to these chemicals from plastic.
Can I also say something?
Sure, Aylin, I'd be glad to listen to.
Plastic waste also give harms to animals.
Animals, yes, that's right. Fish, for example, are seriously affected by the existence of plastic in the seas. Both apparent plastic and nanoparticles of plastic. Yeah, both of them, okay? how about the consequences? Have we witnessed all serious consequences of plastic pollution? Have we witnessed or have we seen all the negative impacts, negative effects of plastic pollution? Any ideas? Look at the last paragraph. Look at the last paragraph, please.
No, we don't.
Yes, that's right. We haven't witnessed or we haven't seen the widespread. Here it says this. So far, we don't see widespread evidence of bad consequences. But if weathering plastic triggers a really bad effect, we are not likely to be able to reverse it, cautions MacLeod. Okay? So maybe more serious consequences are to come. They will face us in the future. So be aware of plastic use. Yesterday I was on a picnic and we drank tea by using paper cups. And someone said, why don't you change your paper cup? And I said, the world is being polluted. That's why I said, okay? Have a good week, friends. This is the end of our class. I recommend you to listen to this. I sent Eileen the audio recording of this. I read it, okay? And also read it, listen to it, try to retell it. This is the best way to learn reading and speaking at the same time, okay? It doesn't matter you make mistakes. It doesn't matter you forget certain words. It is sometimes possible to use a Turkish word instead of a word that you can't remember. Please, okay?
Tamam hocam. Aylin bize gönderdi zaten, dinledik. Teşekkür ederiz.
Okay. Have a good week, friends. Good evening. Bye-bye.